Canada's new War Museum isn't just a huge improvement technically on the old house on Sussex Drive. It's an emblem of a greatly improved remembrance and appreciation for the sacrifices of Canada's fighting men and women. But if the River of Remembrance is much broader than it was 30 years ago, it doesn't seem to me that it's a whole lot deeper. Especially on Remembrance Day, politicians talk about sacrifice. They remember Dieppe, they remember Juno Beach. But as to exactly how Canada's soldiers, sailors, and airmen, and merchant marine fought the two world wars and did the other things that they've done in the service of their country, very little of that is remembered or understood. Take a politician or a pundit around the War Museum and ask them, what is this stuff? Who operated it? How effective was it? What part did it play in the war? And the chances are that they'll know very little about it. For instance, this 25-pounder here, crucial piece of Canadian artillery in the Second World War, so effective that German prisoners sometimes asked to be shown the automatic artillery, but it was hand-loaded. It was just done very well. It was George Blackburn's memoirs, the best account by a Canadian soldier of the Second World War, described being a forward observer for these guns and talked about the critical role that they played. First World War II, 60% of casualties were inflicted by artillery. It wasn't all a matter of machine guns. When people don't know that, it's just a matter of them not being interested in war trivia. It means they don't understand the missions that they ask our soldiers, sailors, and airmen to perform today. In the 90s, we sent troops into the Balkans for peacekeeping purposes with no indirect fire support. But if you'd stood up in Parliament and said that, almost nobody there would have known what it meant or why it mattered. If all we can do is recall their bravery, their courage, the agony that some of them suffered, the death of so many so young, that's a good thing. But really, we should remember more. We should understand how it happened, what they did, how they used this equipment, the resourcefulness, the ingenuity, and the determination, as well as the courage of the people who've served in this country in uniform all these years. This War Museum is a great place to do that, and I hope that everybody who lives in Ottawa or visits Ottawa will come by and ask the guides, not just how brave were they, but what did they do and how did they do it? It's all laid out here in this magnificent facility, and it's something that all Canadians should know.